Oh, hello. This is Tak Chung from Walk with Tak. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My goal is to make home cooking practical and efficient as part of everyday routines. My family loves spaghettis, and in this video, I'm going to show you a template how to make a spaghetti sauce in a wok with all fresh ingredients from scratch. However, I have a problem. Like most families, we have too many opinions. For example, my wife loves to have a lot of vegetables in the spaghetti sauce, where all my son cares is meatballs, and he also wants jalapeno pepper, which my wife does not like. In my case, I am somewhere in between, so now I need how to reconcile between the two. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to come up with a compromise that will make both of them happy. Okay, I'm going to get started and walk you through each step. According to my template, onion is the foundation of the spaghetti sauce. So the first thing I do is that I saute 3 cups of onion. I already have the onion prep in advance. They have a pretty good shelf life. They last about 3 to 5 days. I next add the jalapeno pepper. Jalapeno pepper has a relatively short shelf life, so I chop them up right before I make the spaghetti sauce. I cut them up strategically. I cut them large enough that my son will notice it, but small enough that my wife will not be bothered by it. Another thing I did to minimize the effect of the jalapeno pepper is I add it early during the cooking process. This will make the dish less spicy. And the next ingredients I'm going to add is cauliflower, cabbage, and broccoli stem. I have all these ingredients prepped in advance, but I'm going to modify them so that they will blend better into the sauce. I cut the cauliflower smaller so they can blend better with the other ingredients. My son do not like cauliflower, so he would not notice it. I did the same for the cabbage. Basically, I'm hiding them. In the past, I used to throw the broccoli stem away, but now I discover this is a great way to use them. However, as you can see, now the wok is getting pretty full, but in combination with the wok spatula, it has no problem in mixing all the ingredients. I used to cook in a 12-inch skillet. It caused a lot of mess because when they get full, things get spilled. A stove of the wok makes the stirring much easier and efficient. It is important that you need to keep turning the ingredients in the wok constantly. To cook the food as quickly as possible, I set the stove to high setting. At this setting, it is necessary to make sure that you continually stir the contents to prevent things burning to the bottom of the wok. This cooking method is also much faster than if you would have cooked it in a skillet or a frying pan. The next ingredient I'm going to add is the zucchini. This is the strategy of cooking sequentially. Zucchini cooks faster than the other ingredients in the wok. This way, I can control the doneness of the zucchini. The zucchini has also been prepped in advance. I also cut them smaller, but not as small as other ingredients because I want them to stand out. At this point, I add more cooking oil to make sure there's enough oil to cover the surface of all the ingredients. The next step is to create the tomato sauce. I'm going to use 2 cans of diced tomatoes. One is the regular diced tomato, another one is a diced tomato with jalapeno pepper. Next, I'm going to use 1 can of tomato paste to create a sauce. Based on my past experience, it creates the consistency that I'm looking for. Lastly, I add 1 can of tomato sauce. Based again my experience that the combination of these 3 different type of tomato make the sauce taste good. I feel that I was lucky this time because it is summer garden season, and my wife has some fresh tomato from the garden, so I added 3 cups of fresh tomatoes. In order to create the consistency of the sauce that I'm looking for, I add water. I add enough water to cover all the ingredients in the wok. I try to not to add too much water because I do not like my sauce to be too watery. After all, I can always add more if I need to. Next, my wife brought in some fresh basil from the garden, and we all love basils, so I add a whole lot of them. This is the advantage of template-based cooking. You can make modification, adjustment, changes according to what is available. At this point, I'm going to add the meatball, and I also add a lot of them. They are processed packaged meatball, which I really do not like, but I did it because of my son's request. This will make him happy. I intentionally add the meatball toward the end because that will have least amount of meat taste in the spaghetti sauce. My wife does not like the meatball in the spaghetti sauce, so this way she can avoid them and she may not even notice that they were there at all. Now I'm ready to season the sauce. I'm going to use a seasoning mix that I put together that I use to enhance the natural flavor of the vegetables. If you would like to know the components that I use in this seasoning mix, please take a look at this video. I added the portobello mushroom at the final stage of cooking because my wife loves portobello mushroom and she would like to be able to taste both the flavor and texture of the mushroom. If I have added them earlier, they would have melted away. We are now about 15 minutes into the cooking process. The dish is essentially done. I will simmer it for another several minutes if I want the ingredients to be blended more with each other. The total cook time about this dish is about 16 minutes. It took 3 minutes in the beginning to season the wok, so the entire time is about 19 minutes. Most of the ingredients is already prepped. It took me another extra 10 minutes to finish the prepping by adjusting to the size that I want for the dish. If I have to prep everything from scratch, it would take me at least an hour or more, and plus the cook time, it would be about 1.5 hours to cook this dish. As you can tell, this portion of spaghetti sauce is pretty large, probably enough for feeding 10 people. So what end up is that we freeze some of it, and I use some of them to make meal preps that my son can use it for lunch as well as for snack at night. This is a demonstration of how my fast cooking system works with flavor chasing, advanced prepping, stir frying, and template-based cooking that you can prepare a spaghetti dish in the wok with minimum amount of effort and time. Again, with as my other videos, I want to emphasize that this is not a recipe. It is a template that allows you to make modifications and adjustments as you wish. For example, you can eliminate the meatball and make it into a vegetarian spaghetti sauce. Thank you for watching. Please click the like icon below if you enjoy watching this video. This will help me to extend the visibility of my YouTube channel as well as to reach a broader audience. Please make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you would like to receive notifications of my future videos. See you next time.